What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. As you've seen by the title of the video, we got a leak. Drove it home, jacked up the car. Basically what I'm going to do is just turn on the engine and we're going to go underneath the car with the creeper and basically see what exactly is leaking, and hopefully it's nothing too crazy and we can replace it. So let me go start the car and I'll bring you guys underneath the car with me. Doesn't actually seem like anything is actively leaking at the moment. Okay, it doesn't seem like it's the oil pan. It actually seems like it's leaking from right there. So I pulled on the dipstick a little bit. The whole dipstick came out, and I read online that some people were having problems with the O-ring over there. Well, this is the stock O-ring. I just picked up close but a little fatter, a little tighter, hopefully a little tighter O-ring. I ordered the original from Mitsubishi. We're gonna put this newer O-ring on there and see if this dipstick will stay, and hopefully it doesn't put out as much oil. If that's the case, I'll just wait for the new dipstick, the new O-ring to come, and we'll swap things over. But for the meantime, I gotta get everything back in. Alright, before we get to replacing the fixing the oil pressure sensor, we have to at least drain the oil. Alright, it's finally time to give you guys a little update on my oil leak situation. I originally thought, as you know, you can see this is the dipstick. I originally thought it was maybe this O-ring right here. I actually ordered this O-ring and a replacement O-ring from Mitsubishi. Part number right here. And actually what the real problem is this oil pressure sensor. I'm gonna wipe off the outside, but I think the inside had some sort of problem. As you can see, that oil is leaking through the sensor itself, and I did not go with a Mitsubishi part. Basically I ordered this. I will link the Mitsubishi OEM part number. I went with an aftermarket one from Rock Auto just for its speed. Actually, they look pretty similar. They both say FEP Germany. Yeah, they look basically identical. So the reason why I took off the intake manifold and all that was because to reach this oil pressure sensor underneath the car, there was a whole bunch of metal brackets, namely this bracket that sat underneath the intake manifold, and the sensor was right here, so it was incredibly hard to access the sensor. So I basically unplugged a few things, unbolted a few things. I actually didn't know that there was coolant that was ran into the throttle body. So all right, everything's off. It's pretty simple. I still have the intake manifold in there just for ease, and because this wiring harness is making it a little difficult for it to come out, but I do have access. I was able to take the oil pressure sensor off with a 1-inch torque wrench, 1-inch socket. It is still like slightly bigger. It's probably it should be a little less than 1 inch, but it managed to take it off without a problem. I'm gonna put some sealant on the threads right here, put this thing back in there. Honda Bond, guys. Honda Bond works better than anything else. Let me know in the comments if you guys also use Honda Bond. Alright guys, I finally replaced everything, put everything back together. I don't have any more oil leak, but I still think right now actually the car's working absolutely fine. But I think what I want to do is burp the coolant. Right now it's not overheating or anything, but when I remove the intake manifold, there was actually coolant in the lower part of the throttle body. So I'm sure I got a little bit of air into the system, but I just want to burp it just in case. Otherwise the car is working fine. It's actually a tremendous pain to get to the oil sensor, but if you guys have any questions, if you guys see any oil leaks, make sure you take care of it as soon as possible, especially when you're running one of these type of motors. Like, oil is crucial. All right, you don't want to have any oil starvation. Any type of oil starvation would be detrimental to the car. If you guys have any questions on what I did, please feel free to leave me a comment. I basically diagnosed oil leak. We changed out the lower O-ring on the dipstick, and we ended up replacing the oil pressure sensor. Anyways, thank you guys for watching to the end of this video. If you guys have any questions, comments, leave them below, and I'll see you next time. Peace.